So, we just got back from seeing Evil Dead Burn in the theaters. It was a last minute invite from a friend.
Impromptu.
Had no intention of seeing that today, but we saw it. We're gonna unpack a little bit of what really was happening in that movie.
I think this one has to be spoilers because it's
Yeah, because otherwise you can't really talk about it.
yeah.
So we're gonna give 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Spoilers.
Okay. So
Cheers.
Cheers to spoilers. A sequel, I guess, to. Oh, I forgot to drink my wine.
Yes, it was. I guess a sequel from
Evil
the first.
Evil Dead Rise was the last one with the mom. But I didn't really see a lot of.
You didn't have to see that movie
No.
to see this one at all, and you also don't need to see the original Evil Dead to see this. It helps to kind of understand more of the evil entity, the book, because they didn't really
Yeah, there's
go
no.
heavy.
No, they didn't. But it really wasn't a movie where you say, "Oh, that was an Evil Dead movie." No, and objectively, I had to look at it as just a horror movie that is set in the Evil Dead universe, if that makes any sense. But
But maybe they're trying to use that as Campbell's family. I'm not sure. Because they alluded to it.
yeah, I mean, I still said
And
that
I
that
think-
was. I think I'm right. I think that was Ash.
There was a
that-
photograph that the mom had crinkled up, and he had
And I'm
said,
like, oh, that's Bruce Campbell in makeup because he likes to do stuff like that.
Right.
And before I knew it, I had a feeling that was the whole time the grandfather. I'm guessing
We'll have to
was
look into
was
that.
Ash.
Yeah.
The first half of the movie is rather
Pretty good.
solid. Yeah,
was
it's
good.
the buildup.
That
was
was
good.
an 8. I think the beginning is definitely an 8, and then towards the end, like most horror movies, I feel like it starts to taper off, and it became kind of like a 7.
And I don't know why this is like movie after movie after movie after movie we see that just dies.
I know.
No pun intended on horror movies, but like
Right.
no one can seem to stick the landing. And my opinion of like the last half hour, it was just pure pandemonium. And like I believe in a finale of a movie, but so much went on and so many camera shots just for like the shock value of
Absolutely. It was
like-
a lot of shock value, because then it didn't add anything logically.
No,
or-
and then like it's like you were talking about like the guy shooting his head off like twice.
What was
And
the point of that? Like, was
this-
it because, haha, no matter what you do to me, I'll still stay alive? Okay, then use that. Like, we're trying to find these special knives. I guess I shouldn't say knives. They were
the dagger?
daggers. And this whole time, that's why we're keeping the family members alive. Because, I mean, 4 entities to 1, it just
It just
there
seemed
was
a
a
lot
lot.
that was unexplained. For all you William Shatner fans out
Okay,
there.
so the same thing with the grandmother got tied up and bound, which made sense to me because, like, okay, if you're talking about a human body, you bind the human body, the entity inside can't really get out, so to speak, very well, or it takes them a lot longer, or they have to coerce another person to come help them get free. But the grandmother's like cutting her leg off crazy, and then there's a whole entire bathroom scene, which was really good until the fact that a pink razor blade slicing the cheek of the entity person would drop them. Like, I would feel like, who cares? One of the dads shot himself in the face.
We have seen so much carnage in this movie at this point. So to see a little T-razor that you use to shave in the bathroom was the next weapon of choice in that. And I guess desperate
Unless to
times
keep-
call for
keep
desperate
her-
razors.
Maybe they were just really trying to keep her alive because they needed the dagger. But I'm thinking, why not kill everybody in the house and let the entity search
Mm-hmm.
the house for the dagger?
And again, entity is being loosely used here in
Yeah.
a certain way. And the I guess the term is the final girl, as like the horror trope goes, but she endured a profound amount of punishment.
Yeah.
Like it was so much to the point of unrealistic that
You have to let go of some of your realistic expectations, though, for any of these. But
I
at the
do.
same
I
time,
did.
It was just extra adding on. But it was still worth seeing. It was like a solid 7, and there was some pretty, especially I remember you saying something about the very beginning with
What'd I
the
say?
fishing. Like that whole
The
segment
opening fishing scene
was good. It was good, but it didn't have any credence to.
It's like you took a scene from a movie that was really cool, a fishing movie, and you put it in the beginning
horror
of this
fishing.
movie, and it was just a means to an end to get her out of the water and onto the street. And
to get hit by the car.
and it was like an extended 10-minute sequence to open the movie. I'm like, but yet at the end it had really nothing to do with the movie whatsoever. I'm like, all right, I'll let that go.
I don't really see why that was
But
necessary.
There probably was other ways to get.
I mean,
her
it was a
into the
great
movie.
scene, so it was.
The scene was cool.
It was.
But there was no formula to why in the world it was there in the first place. And it's like I said in the car on the way home, I'm okay with this not being a hardcore Evil Dead movie.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it got to be, if I'm just judging it objectively as a horror movie, pretend the Evil Dead term wasn't even in there.
Mm-hmm.
It felt just pure explosive towards the end. Yes, to the point where I was exhausted.
Yeah, I agree.
It lost its pace, or it jumped the shark, if that's the
Yeah.
phrase. And then him coming back as the crispy guy at the end, the boyfriend. The
I
husband,
know.
like
and then
out
I
of
was
nowhere. Like what?
Okay, so the dad did take home the remains of the son,
Because
but we didn't get to
that
see
wasn't
that.
explained.
That would have been a really cool segment to be like, oh my gosh, this guy really has lost it. He's bringing his dead son home. But they didn't really let us see what happened at the funeral home.
No.
We just got to see his shock factor of his face.
So if you want to leave that to my imagination, that's fine. But usually you're going to maybe tell the audience, hey, we're leaving that to your imagination.
Well,
it just wasn't really explained well enough.
And I feel like maybe we're not explaining this review well enough because we were left with is just an exuberant amount of
A lot happens.
stuff towards the
they
end.
packed a lot in.
And then not to mention, if you do go see it, you should stay for there's a extra credit scene.
There's
and-
a mid credit and a post credit.
A post-credit.
The post credit is way more relevant than
That
the
ties
mid-credit.
in the other.
Yeah. Bonus,
Evil Dead.
by the way, this would be a shameless little advertisement here, but if you like something like this, I would recommend. We just watched The Mummy, the new Mummy
Yes,
movie.
yes.
And I use that as a connection
It is
because
grotesque.
it is horrendously grotesque.
But it was pretty good. I think it was better than this one.
Yeah, I'd agree. But Lee Cronin, who directed the most recent Evil Dead movie prior to this one, gave the reins to somebody else on this movie. But Lee Cronin directed the Mummy movie, and it was 2 hours and 10 minutes long or something like that.
It was a different take.
I'm not gonna. Yeah, we're not gonna unpack that
No.
movie right now. But
No.
I will say though that if you haven't seen that yet, that's actually worth that's worth a look. Really, really
Especially
well
if
done.
you like horror and grotesque, a little disturbing
With
moments.
a sprinkle of Egyptian mythology, I guess, kind of thrown in there.
Yeah, it's there.
But it's odd because the last 45 minutes of that movie was exhausting. But
Yeah.
but in some weird way, I almost enjoyed it more than what I was seeing tonight.
Yeah, I think because logically it didn't make as much sense on this movie comparatively. But we're not trying to compare the movies.
No,
but,
no.
it was just something fresh in our minds because we had just watched both of them.
There's also a
back to
big
back.
chance if you're watching this on YouTube right now, then you've already seen the movie. So you already know that there's going to be no real true big appearance or reveal from the original movies. It's too far out of a timeline. And that so I guess the biggest question I have is the Evil Dead franchise really still relevant? Is there any juice to squeeze left here?
Or did this movie even give you anything that could make you feel like it was relevant? It really just felt like it was on its own
Yeah.
and wanted to utilize
The franchise name?
No, not the franchise name. I think they just wanted to utilize how the entity, or however you want to call it, the
demon.
evil.
Yeah.
They wanted to use that same thing.
You
with
can
the
milk it for how
book
many
and-
movies? Yeah, but the book doesn't even make an appearance. It
No,
just talk about the
they
book.
have like a weird book.
A book detailing the book. It was just
Yeah.
it was odd.
I don't know.
But
Maybe they'll tie it better with another one.
I will say if you're looking for a classic modern Evil Dead, that the 2013 remake that they did was quite good, and I'm hoping by now everybody has seen that if you're a horror fan. But that to me was the definitive modern take of Evil Dead. But I'm just not sure where else we're going in this franchise, and maybe we're just going nowhere.
Yeah, like
So-
you said, they're just using names and things from other movies to make
To
more
see
movies,
if there's anything
or to
left.
draw out the people and the fans that like that. So and it's similar in fashion. I mean, it was still good. It was still solid enough to see.
I'll give the older movie a 7 out of 10.
I mean, don't have to stick with mine. If you really think it was a 6, then
No, I'll give it a 7. Look, the effects were
Acting was
fantastic.
good.
The acting's fine. I
love the house that they used.
Oh, the setting was great. The whole all the demon scenes were very well done.
The fishing scene in the beginning, I really did like it.
It just felt disjointed.
Oh,
now.
there's something I forgot to mention. It's called Burn, and there really wasn't a lot to do with fire.
Yeah, I mean, there's a couple of really pivotal scenes involving fire, but
It's the beginning and the end mostly.
That's it.
I was like,
is it worth naming the entire movie out of?
so in the middle, I
don't
thought
know.
that the wax part, the wax scene where she drinks the candle with the fire, I thought maybe she was gonna like combust into flames and like run at somebody or do something with fire. There really wasn't a lot of fire play, so if you're really expecting a lot of fire throughout the movie, you might be disappointed as well. But
Did they just pick a word for a title?
I guess
I don't know.
because he was burned at the end. I'm not too sure.
Which brings me back to
we're still questioning.
bringing me
a
back to
little
the
bit.
original point. Is there any life left in the Evil Dead? I know that there was a show that they had made a few years back, which apparently was very good.
We didn't get to see that.
No, it's somewhere. I think actually that maybe we'll review that eventually.
Well, you know what? Then cheers to more reviews on.
Maybe Evil Dead success. I don't know. Until then, go see the movie.
Yeah, go have fun. That's the whole point.
Yeah, go have fun.
Get your
I'm
popcorn.
trying to cheers you.
Yeah, cheers.
And if you saw the movie, let us know any thoughts about it in the
Yeah,
comments, honestly, because
You may know more than what we knew or what we missed in it.
or maybe we're way offline and we suck. Who knows? But I mean, at the very end, your thoughts are still your thoughts, and these are our thoughts.
We will take
So
some evil criticism.
that's fine. Until next review, thanks for watching.
Bye.